Welcome to a filthy casuals take on Andy Ruiz Jr., the champ, Andy Ruiz Jr. versus some heavyweight contender, Anthony Joshua. Anthony? Fucking, I'm not even British, man. What am I doing? Anthony Joshua, right? So before this starts, I just want to make it absolutely clear that I am what boxing fans would call a filthy casual. I first started really watching boxing around the McGregor-Mayweather fight. Before that, I was kind of a UFC fan, still am. And before that, I just watched, Mike Tyson knocking people the fuck out on YouTube on loop and claimed I was a boxing fan. But after that, I, tried to watch things. Became a fan of Triple G, watched his two incredible fights with Canelo, started following Canelo. The Wilder Fury fight happened, and I was like, holy fuck, this is crazy. And then that got me looking more into the heavyweight division. Looked into Fury's history, then saw Klitschko. And I am ashamed to say that is the first time I'd ever heard of Vladimir Klitschko. And that took me on a path to the Klitschko era. And then, just rabbit holes after that. So I'm not as uneducated as some people, but still pretty casual boxing fan. Basically, what I want to talk about today is why I feel that the first Anthony Joshua Ruiz fight happened and occurred the way that it did. So, the very first fight, Joshua was supposed to fight your boy Big Baby Miller, who, as the name suggests, is big boy. He also, to get that big, popped for every single steroid known to mankind, right? Which opened the door for the Mexican Rocky, your boy Andy Ruiz Jr. to swoop in, right? But I feel like because he was fighting or slated to fight Big Baby Miller, Joshua was focused on, the big, make sure you can overpower him style of boxing that, Big Baby Miller goes for. Just walk him down, just stand and bang. And I feel like that's why you saw AJ come in at like looking like a bodybuilder basically, instead of the usual look that some boxers have. Like Tyson Fury doesn't look like a boxer. I mean, that's a lie. Tyson Fury is a boxer, but he doesn't have that sculpted aesthetic physique, and he's just a fighting man. But AJ came in with that bodybuilder Frank Bruno esque physique, and I feel like that really didn't help him, as many pundits have already said, because Andy Ruiz Jr. is no Big Baby Miller. He's fast. He's got quick hands. He's not just looking to just overpower you with just swinging wild shots. It's more of like a quick, not a counter puncher, but like just quick swarming, right? And Joshua just wasn't really prepared for that. I don't really know if that's just he didn't take it seriously. I mean, I'm assuming he did some film study, watched some of his fights, but he played directly into Ruiz's hands, which is getting close, negate the massive, like, I don't know, like 11-inch reach advantage. Maybe it's not, probably like 8. I don't actually know, but the massive reach advantage that Joshua had, and just have him stoop down to his level height wise and just swing, which favors the faster guy, which is Ruiz. So that's why in the rematch, I have to lean towards Joshua, because if Joshua employs what the European style of just, range finding jab, move around, occasional right hand scoring shot, the old Klitschko style of boxing, I mean, there's not really much Ruiz could do unless he just swarms and catches him. Like, he won't win on points in that way. Like the same fight that Klitschko had his entire life basically, and the same fight that Joshua did against Parker, who is the only man who, very controversially, but still the only man to beat Andy Ruiz Jr. So controversial, in fact, that the New Zealand Boxing Committee Association, whatever, president resigned after the decision was given to Joseph Parker, saying it was a disgrace to the sport. So, I mean, I feel like in most people's eyes, Ruiz is still undefeated. But back to the point, I feel like if Joshua just employs his the old just rangefinder, jabbing away, utilize that massive reach advantage he has, keep um keep Ruiz at distance, because I mean if Ruiz can't reach him, I mean there's literally nothing he can do. Like he'll have to swarm him and try to get close. And but still you can't completely discount Ruiz from that. He has fought taller people, and you saw in the first fight at the end of the third round, he judged his distances perfectly and managed to close the gap and lay Joshua out right before the bell. And I feel like if you watch that fight back, like Joshua really was like, I think it was at that point that he was like, man, fuck, like I'm really not having this right now, because at the end of it was close to the end of the round, and the ref was like, all right, walk to me, come on. And Joshua was like, fuck this, I'm milking as much time as I can to get to the end of this round. I'm not walking to you. And I feel like if any other fighter had done that, the ref might have just like called it right then and there. But like it's AJ, like he's the money man, the golden boy of the heavyweight division. You gotta give him the benefit of the doubt there. But like when I was watching the fight, it was then I was like, oh, okay, maybe there's actually something wrong here. Like he really looks rattled. But back to the point, if Anthony Joshua employs the Klitschko boring European style of just jab, jab, move around, jab, keep him at bay, he's going to win the fight on points. But I don't know if that's exactly what he wants, because you got to understand the way that Joshua lost. It wasn't just like a flash knockout like what's happened to other people in the past. Like he got beat, like got knocked down multiple times, and then it wasn't like he was laid out on the canvas for like a 10 count. He just didn't move forward after he got up, which like it looks in a lot of eyes like he quit. He just quit right there. He's like, you know what? I'm not fucking having this. This little fat Mexican boy beat me up. I just can't move forward. So I'm kind of worried that he'll come out, and instead of just looking to get the win by whatever means necessary, he wants to like prove himself again and just go for make sure he knocks Ruiz out. And like that's going to be a difficult task because Ruiz has a chin on him. The when he was down in the first fight, that was the first time ever in his professional career that he had been on the canvas. So it's going to be difficult to knock him out. I'm gonna categorize Ruiz as just one of those fighting men, as Tyson Fury says. He's one of those fighting men. He's been boxing since he was a little kid. So it's gonna be tough to knock him out. So I'm worried that if AJ goes in and just wants to, trade with him, it's not gonna end well, because you don't hook with a hooker. Like if you the more inside the fight goes, the more it favors the faster guy, which is Ruiz. And we might see another punch from the gods, as they call it, and then that's all she wrote. But I believe that AJ is going to make the necessary adjustments. I don't know, he seems a lot more focused now. I feel like, as much as they don't want to admit it, I feel like everyone overlooked Ruiz. Like the casual fans like me, who had never really heard of him before, I just knew that he fought Parker, and I didn't watch the fight. And then the whole public perception, Ruiz had everyone fooled. He's over here looking like a Make-A-Wish kid holding Joshua's belt at the press conference, and nobody took him seriously. And then he comes out and delivers a rocky ending. So I feel like that kind of lulled Joshua into like a false sense of security. But at the same time, you gotta understand, up until the third round, it looked like a classic Joshua fight. He's just feeling him out for the first 2 rounds. Boom, massive hook, puts him on the ground. Everyone, even the announcers, Joshua's a calm and composed finisher. Watch this. Like, they all thought he's gonna finish him off there. So, in conclusion, I feel Andy Ruiz is going to come with the exact same game plan. He's going to come in, try to get on the inside, force Joshua to give up his height and his reach, and trade with him. Because he knows that he can trade with him. He's faster than him, and he'll catch him. And then he's going to try and go for the knockout there. What Joshua is going to do is, which I hope he does, is just try and outpoint him, really. Just jab and move, 1-2s. Don't give him a chance to get in close and catch you with, a shot from God. And I think that's what he's going for. There's been reports that he's gotten advice from Klitschko, who is, very good at that whole boring style. But I don't know. He seems to have a chip on his shoulder. If you look at interviews, he kind of looks crazy. The man hasn't gone a trim in months. His hair looks wild. So I feel like he might just come out and just, say, fuck it. We're going to stand and bang. I'm just going to prove my worth, prove all my doubters wrong, and knock this bitch out, take my belts back. And if that happens and he does it, great for him, man. If he doesn't, So anyway, that's been a Filthy Casuals take on the Ruiz-Joshua rematch. I either have Ruiz by knockout or AJ by points, and I'm leaning towards AJ by points. But knowing me, it's probably going to be fucking Ruiz by points, and I'll lose all my money that I bet on this match. So, that'll be nice.